Okay, so this is NUELFRETS, the online keyboard tutorial, the ABC of keyboard, on Facebook. So this is a visual class for our previous lessons on the introductions to keyboard lessons. As you must have known, I run keyboard lessons online on Facebook, actually, the ABCs of keyboard, where I keep everything very basic and simple, because I believe that most of the times people lose interest in learning keyboard just because of the so much complex terminologies and English people use to explain the concept of music. This is what I've come to address and make it look easier and simple, like as simple. At least you can attest to that our lessons has been very, very simple and basic. As I had promised you that I was going to run a visual class to explain our previous lessons from lesson 1 to lesson 5, which are the introductory parts of our keyboard lessons. So going forward, on the lesson 1, we talked about the difference between a keyboard and a piano. To get every details I made mention in our lessons, I will be using the chat or the message or the post I shared on Facebook, so that I wouldn't miss out on any particular information I had dropped with you earlier. I believe that will be fine. So I'm on my Facebook wall now, so I'll be reading through, or I will be going through with the information I've shared with you. I believe that will be fine, right? Okay, on the first lesson, that's the ABC of keyboard with NUELFRETS, lesson 1, we talked about the difference between a piano and a keyboard. So I had defined to you that a piano is an acoustic instrument, meaning that its sound is produced and amplified physically, and pianos has weighted keys and it contains only one instrument. Yes. Okay, the picture you are seeing on your screen now is a perfect example of what a piano looks like. Yes, that's a picture of a grand piano. So I also told you about what a keyboard is like. That a keyboard is a set of keys that operate an instrument. So in other words, any musical instrument that is operated by keys is a keyboard. So the piano, the accords, the key stars, marimbas, and all of them, they are all part of keyboards, or they are all a keyboard instrument. So now, what's another difference about the piano and the keyboard is that I told you that pianos have only one sound, and on keyboard, so many sounds, so many instruments are actually incorporated in the keyboard. In the keyboard, you will see the brass, the drum, the guitars, the pianos, and all of that. So you see the difference between a piano and a keyboard. The piano has only one sound. Okay, this is the sound of a grand piano. This sound you're hearing now is grand piano. Yeah, that's how a piano sounds like. Now, the keyboard contains every other sound, maybe trumpet, sax, and all of that. This is sax. This is tenor sax. You can hear sax. So that is keyboard for you. It incorporates every other instrument. You can even hear drums here. Yes. Let me play drums for you. So the keyboard has all other instruments here. You can hear this, right? You can hear that. So you can actually hear drum sounds on the keyboard. So the keyboard incorporates every other musical instrument into it. So that is why keyboard is a very perfect instrument. And I believe that every musician should have a bit knowledge of keyboard or of piano. So as you would expect of a keyboardist, I will teach you how to be a very good keyboardist and how you can expertise the dynamics of other instruments incorporated into the keyboard. Like you can actually sound like a saxophonist, a trumpeter, or a guitarist, or a drummer on the keyboard. Yes, that is what I will be showing you, and as we progress, you are going to sound like an amazing keyboardist.